This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Yeah, baby! Yeah! All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Kaiser. And this is caught by Watkins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Trying to go back to Watkins.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Here we go. He's crossing. Check 24. Check 24. 22. Check. 22.
A first down throw for Kaiser. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Screen! Watch the screen! Check! Six guy! Check 6 guy! Check 26, check 26! Switch!
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
11.
This is Mostert. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure.
Here we go. Like 20.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
12.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
Kill. Turn.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Mostert, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
21.
Now Mostert. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. On first down, Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Kaiser. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Steelers first down.
Shit! Watch the shit!
Kaiser on first down. Able to shake him off. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We got 4. Check, check. Fresno. My 40.
Throwing again. Kaiser. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Kaiser now from the 50. And he's got Will Tye complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28.
First down, Steelers.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Kaiser now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. To the air again, Kaiser. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the 2-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Big Dan, Big Dan.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. Give him 52 yards on the ground. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Inside the 5 to the 4. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, 5, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now Kaiser. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Kaiser now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short.
The Steelers take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point. And that will get him one closer. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Here we go,
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll give it here to his running back. Space to maneuver at the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They'll run with Coleman on first down. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He finds Coleman. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Kaiser now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Hey, 40's Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Back. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Hey, watch it. Hey, 24. Watch 24. Mike, 56, right there. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Here's Kaiser. And the pressure gets to him again. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He sets to fire deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check, 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 check.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Check 37, check 40's the mic. Squeeze. Coming.
Kaiser now to throw on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 31, check 31. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. So they'll give a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Kaiser to throw it. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Got three down. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hayward. Not today.
Kaiser to throw it this time. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will shave one more off this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
Here we go. Go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end right.
Garoppolo on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like...
Oh, this is blocked. And the Niners have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some... Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
To throw, Kaiser. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken short. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
21. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He may try and run for this.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Coleman. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
On 2nd down now. It's Connor, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, that sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
Here we go. Here we go. Time to end it. Come on. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He's got a first down past the 30, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Watkins, the intended receiver.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check hot route. Hot. 56 to Mike, boys. 50 edge, yeah. 56. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Here's Kaiser. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Zip it.
Kaiser. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point, the run even better.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Let's go. Edwin, 56 is the mic. Check the out. Check the out. Check the out.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Put it through, check, cover. Put it through, check, cover. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Check 26, check 26. Out, 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 out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Steelers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.